let the dogs out? Who 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 let the dogs out?
Hey everyone, it's Pup Twigs here from Orlando, Florida, and joining me today as my guest is Pup Fluke from Austin, Texas.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited to be here.
Good. Oh, I'm glad you're here. So I always like to dig in the very beginning to learn a little bit about you. So what I like to know is one is how you came up with your name, Pup Fluke, if there's a significance behind the name, and then also your decision into your hood colors.
So, I am transgender and I have been out in the community for about 3 years. And I've been 2.5 years on HRT. I have been in puppy play for 10 years now, and when my former persona needed to change from one gender to the next, I decided to send the old persona off to pasture, and this thus became my name became Fluke, and it kind of became this funny little coincidence of my former persona being Rocket was my fluke. Oops, I wasn't a girl, it was a fluke.
Oh, okay.
And my name being Luke, it was just kind of I don't know, faux pas or something. It was just kind of funny and it fit. It reminded me of this movie from the 90s called Fluke
Yeah.
about a dad that passed away and he went to go find his family, but like his entire life was a fluke. And it was like, yep, that sums it up. I'm a fluke.
Well, is there a significance between your blues and blacks that you have of your pup hood?
So this one was just I accidentally ordered a hood with I ordered a muzzle to go to a original hood that I had, and my original colors were going to be green and blue, and the muzzle didn't fit. And so when I ordered this hood, I just swapped the colors. So this is actually a lighter blue, and then we have a darker blue here. I'm actually going to be unveiling a brand new hood that I got custom made by PNC Creations out in Michigan. This weekend we have Woofstock, a very big event out in Cameron. That's a big camping thing, and it's my colors are going to be changing to baby lime green and baby blue to signify my leather boy being baby and leather boy, and then my blue to kind of be my favorite color, but a little bit out of the leather attitude too, that I am a leather person. And if you follow Hanky Code, that's kind of what it is that the hunter green is daddy boy and blue has usually been pup or leather of some kind.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure everyone's excited to see the debut of the new hood this weekend.
Woohoo, very
No,
excited.
that's always exciting when you get a new one. When I got mine, yeah, I was all excited about being able to wear it for the first time.
Yeah.
So I heard you say you've been in the pup community now for 10 years.
Mhm.
So, when you think about those 10 years, you've seen a lot. And what have you found in those 10 years has been the easiest part of being a pup? And then what have you found that might have been a little more difficult?
You know, that's a very loaded question, and it's a very delicate question
Hmm.
because we're talking about big topics in the community. And me being a title holder and a leather person, we often talk about equity and equality and these big things. The biggest thing that I've noticed in the community is once the hood goes on, the division stops,
Hmm.
and we need more inclusion without the hood. It doesn't matter if you're a puppy, it doesn't matter if you're a critter, it doesn't matter if you're a pony. We all need to be included in these spaces. And I I hate to say it, but I want to see I'm tired of the divide. I don't want the puppies just to have the puppies. I want the puppies to invite the ponies and invite the critters. And, I don't like the divide. I don't like I want more equity in the community,
Yeah,
and more, not just, quality where everyone's welcome, but meeting people where they're at. And that doesn't just include a hood, you don't need that.
oh, I totally agree with you on that. So with that, um, if you had the ability, and you probably do, and we'll talk more about it in a little bit as being a title holder, but if you could go out and change one thing about our community, what would that change look like?
There's a lot of things that need to change, and I've thought a lot about how I can change it one step at a time.
Hmm.
And that's a really hard question to answer, because I'm, being honest, my answer is going to change now.
Sure.
That's gonna, from 3 months from now. So I don't really have an answer right now,
Okay.
because I'm in change right now. I'm in this weird transition of, yep, my answer was not the same when I became a title holder.
Sure. No, I got you, and that's okay. It's an evolving uh
Yeah.
it's a question. So I got you. So if there was somebody new just wanting to get into the pup community, the pup play, what kind of advice would you give them?
I absolutely love this question, because I often feel like a newbie coming into the community. I was many different hats when I first came into the community, not quite knowing where I was. And then I
Mhm.
moved, and then I was new to that community, and then I moved again, and then I came out, and then I did this and that. So having all of that experience, it's a lot to put on a new person, to put them under the spotlight.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest things as my mission statement is to invite these people into these spaces. So for newbies coming into the scene, just be there. Just come. Just be part of the experience. We want you to be there. We are so happy that you are there. It takes bravery to do what you do, to come to these spaces. And to the people, not sure what to do to these people, with these people, let's welcome them in. And if you're not sure how to do that, let's think minds. I have some, great ideas about, let's bring fish crackers for the kitties, and carrots for the pony players, and wheat snacks for the pony, for the cows, and all the different type of snacks that we can bring in to continue that role play and that animal behavior that we want to enjoy as pet players.
Awesome. Yeah, I have to go with you on that because we need more of other critters, not just pups. I mean, pups are awesome.
Totally. I mean, I'm a pup. I've been a pup for 10 years, and I wouldn't change it for a thing. But there's so much value behind other critters.
Yes, yes, I agree. I agree. So what brings the most joy to Pup Fluke when you got your pup hood on?
Oh my God. So I'm gonna dead name myself here, and a little bit, not completely, but my former persona was Rocket,
Hmm.
and Rocket was formerly a girl. And the beautiful thing about when I first started becoming Rocket was that I didn't have to be the person behind the mask anymore. I went to work, and people saw Luke, the person behind the mask. And, I had all these things. And the coolest thing about that is, I don't want to say autonomy, but it's the sense of I can actually be myself, 100% without having to put up a face, without having to put up a hat, if that makes sense.
No, it makes total sense. So I always throw in one kind of serious question, and this one
As
is
if you
stuck
were
with
not
me
all serious.
since almost day one. But what is being able to get in, and well, for the sake of including everybody, I call it critter mode. What has that done for your mental wellness?
Critter mode. Can
Yeah,
you explain a little more?
well, I mean, the pup persona, critter, cows,
Um,
donkeys, horses, cats, everybody. So when you get into your persona here, what has that done for your mental wellness?
so not to freak anyone out, but Fluke and Luke are fluid. We're not separated. I can slip into him as easily as I can slip into little space, as easily as I can slip into anything else.
Mm-hmm.
They're not things that just happen when I wear gear or that is certainly how it started. You know, it was certainly I want this and I have to personify it, but when you relax into it and you become yourself, um it, it's just given me a lot of freedom and it's given me a lot of this is where I belong, the
Mm-hmm.
sense of belonging that is just I don't know, you don't get really very much anywhere else.
Well, it,
Computer off.
so what kind of things do you like to get out and do in Austin? What are
To be
some of
honest, I'm relatively new to the Austin scene. I'm a bar back at a local bar, and
the
I'm enjoying my time bar backing there. I'm starting to getting into a little bit of line dancing. I am not a cowboy. I am from Northern California, people. I am not a cowboy. So, you know, this is a whole new animal for me. But I'm loving every second of it. I'm looking to get a little bit more into the age play community, and I'm looking more to you know, expand my horizons and see where I can take this and to the next level.
Well, there's nothing wrong with line dancing. I loved it, still love it, and I just don't get to do it very often. But yeah, it's a blast. So let's talk about events going on in Austin, but I also want you to talk a little bit about the current title that you hold as well.
Okay. Well, in terms of events, we have I actually have my calendar right over here. So I'm just like, bam. This weekend we have Woodstock, which is going to be I'm going to be heading that way Thursday through Sunday. We're going to be having the South Central Handler and Pet Contest. Very excited about that. And then we're going to also be having I'm going to be hosting a Littles crafting booth. I call it the Imagination Station, and we're going to be making face masks of our inner animals. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
That will.
And then coming up, what weekend is that? November 8th through the 10th is going to be Atex Pet Weekend. Very excited. That's going to be my step down for Iron Pup, the Iron Pup title, and announcing our first Iron Pet, which is going to be um, amazing. So those are the next two that I'm aware of.
So how has your title been? Have you got to travel to some cool places as Iron Pup or
Not as much as I was hoping. It kind of got a little chaotic. I mean, I moved. I don't know if you're aware, but I was not announced Iron Pup like right out the gate. So I was handed the title back in June, I believe.
okay.
When Champ stepped down. So and then I moved here for a job and some hiccups happened. So I've been kind of just trying to get on my feet and trying to support what I can. Last month I went out and supported Houston Pet Weekend, and we had our pup trick at one Houston Pet, so that was absolutely phenomenal. This was kind of, I hate to say it, a fluke. a fluke
Okay.
winning. And so it was, I had the, it's one of those things, and there's nothing wrong with a fluke. A winning is a winning, and I'm still very, very proud of Handler Rick and Pup Champ he's the former winner, for all his work. And I'm just looking forward to, like, this is not the end. This is just a stepping stone.
Awesome.
So,
Well, yeah, I look forward to hearing more and seeing more of you as we go into the future. So, if you could go out and meet anybody that you wanted to meet and talk to, celebrity, it doesn't even have to be a celebrity, sports figure, political, whatever it might be, a past or present, they don't have to be alive. Who would you want to go and sit down and talk to?
anybody or within the community?
Anybody.
I don't know. I've met some really cool people, some famous people within the community. I've traveled to the Caribbean's island, and I've walked on Richard Branson's island, and I've met Richard Branson, and I've met some cool people. I went out to Folsom Street Fair in 2015. If you guys can find me on YouTube, wink. I'm on YouTube with meeting G Pup Alpha and a Serious Pup Pack. So that was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
I have, there's some idols out there that I'd really like to meet. Some people out in Chicago, in the Chicago area. There's just a lot. Nobody specific to mention. I got, of course, my idols and my people in my pocket, but I don't know. I'm just living right now. I don't have anyone specific.
And that's okay. You don't have to have anyone in specific, but we now come to the point where if you have a pup that wants to reach out to you, how is the
Well,
best way to,
Stolas has been amazing. He's been somebody I've been talking to for a long time. He won Puppy Florida a while back. Oh my gosh. I haven't been able to get a hold of this person. I'm trying to remember. Pup Tyke, way back out in, I think it was Oregon, was somebody that I was trying to follow for a really long time. There's hundreds of leather people that I'm
yeah.
interested in talking to. I'm trying to become an aspiring boot black, and uh, of course I have like 1,001 questions there.
Oh, of
So
course. Well, if there is some pups that watch this podcast and want to reach out to you, how is the best way for them to get in touch with you?
So I have a mix of media. You can find me on Facebook, Atex Pup Fluke. It's my title name. You can find me on Instagram, Pup Fluke, all one word, lowercase. And I believe I am also on Twitter, but don't quote me on that. I don't use that platform a whole lot.
Okay.
There is another platform, and it's just spacing me right now. But other than that, FetLife. You can also find me on FetLife.
Okay.
So I'm Pup Fluke on FetLife.
Awesome. Well, any last words that you have before we get off of here?
I just appreciate your time, and thanks for taking me.
Oh, anytime. And
I
we'll have
also
to,
I encourage those out there to fetch happiness wherever you go.
I couldn't said it better. Well, it has been a pleasure having you on, and I can't wait to see where you go next.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Hello.